There comes a moment in life when we feel trapped, not by walls, not by cages, but by our own thoughts, patterns, and fears. If you're in that place right now, I want you to take a deep breath, because you're about to remember something powerful. You're not stuck, you're simply being called to grow. You are not broken. You have never been broken. That feeling you carry, that quiet ache inside that whispers something is wrong with you, is not the truth of who you are. You are not damaged. You are not a mistake. You are becoming. You are evolving. And every single moment of confusion, of sadness, of stagnation is part of the sacred unfolding of your soul. It is easy to believe that if we feel lost or afraid or uncertain, we must be doing something wrong. But the truth is, those emotions do not signal your failure, they signal your growth. You are in transition. You are shedding layers of fear, of limitation, of old programming that no longer fits who you are becoming. Of course it feels uncomfortable. Of course it feels unfamiliar. Growth always does. You are stretching, you are expanding, you are outgrowing the old story of yourself. You were never meant to stay the same. You were never meant to shrink yourself to fit into someone else's expectations. Life moves and you move with it. You were made for expansion. You were made to evolve. And right now, that evolution is happening within you, even if you cannot see it yet. So take a deep breath and stop judging your process. Stop comparing your timeline to anyone else's. Stop thinking you should be further along or more healed or more certain. You are exactly where you need to be, and everything that is rising to the surface right now is rising so that it can be released. You are not broken. You are being reborn. Think of the seed underground. In the darkness, it cracks open, and in that breaking, something magnificent begins to stir. A root, a shoot, a miracle. The seed is not broken, it is becoming, and so are you. You may feel like you're in the dark right now, unsure of which way is up or how to move forward, but trust this. The light is already within you. Your transformation has already begun, and the pain you feel is not punishment, it is preparation. And what if the fear you feel is not there to paralyze you, but to invite you? What if the discomfort is not a sign to stop, but a signal that you are moving beyond what you've ever known before? That is not brokenness. That is bravery. That is the soul saying, I am ready for more. Even if your mind cannot explain it, your spirit knows. It is leading you. It has always been leading you. You do not need to fix yourself. You only need to love yourself through this. The version of you who feels unsure or overwhelmed is not wrong. She is tender. She is trying. She is growing. And she deserves your compassion, not your criticism. Wrap her in kindness. Tell her she is safe. Tell her she is enough. Because she is. You are. Everything that you have walked through has shaped you, yes, but it has not defined you. You are more than your past. You are more than your fears. You are more than the voices in your head that tell you you're too late or too much or not enough. Those are echoes of old stories. You do not have to believe them anymore. You can write a new narrative, one that says, I am in process. I am transforming. I am whole. There is no rush to arrive. There is no finish line to healing. Life is not a race. It is a journey of remembering your light, remembering your light, remembering that everything you need is already inside of you. You do not need to become perfect. You only need to become yourself. Be gentle as you move through this season. Let yourself feel. Let yourself rest. Let yourself rise in your own divine timing. There is no shame in beginning again. There is no shame in asking for help. There is no shame in not knowing. All of it is part of your becoming, and the version of you that is on the other side of this, more grounded, more loving, more free, already exists. She is waiting for you, and every day, with every breath, you are moving closer to her. So hold on, trust the process, the confusion, the heaviness, the stillness. It is not forever. It is only a chapter. And it is shaping you into someone you've always been destined to become, a version of yourself who does not just survive life, but who blooms in the middle of it, even when it's hard. You are not broken. You are the miracle in motion. You are becoming. And that is something truly beautiful. Everything begins in the mind. The life you are living right now, in this very moment, is a reflection of the thoughts you have repeated to yourself day after day. The path you walk is not random. It is shaped by the quiet sentences you whisper in your mind, the beliefs you hold in your heart, and the energy those beliefs carry. If you feel lost, if you feel stuck, or if you feel like life is not unfolding the way you desire, the most powerful place to begin again is in your thoughts. Thoughts are not just passing clouds, they are seeds. And every thought you repeat is planted in the soil of your consciousness. Over time, that seed grows, it becomes a habit, it becomes a belief, it becomes your reality. This is not meant to overwhelm you, it is meant to empower you, because if your thoughts created the life you have now, then you can choose new thoughts to create the life you desire. You do not have to be a prisoner of your mind. You do not have to repeat the same patterns over and over. You are not stuck. You simply haven't realized how powerful you truly are. Right now, in this very breath, you can begin to choose differently. You can choose thoughts that open doors instead of closing them. You can choose thoughts that nourish your self-worth instead of tearing it down. You can choose thoughts that lead you forward gently and lovingly. Begin by noticing what you say to yourself when no one else is listening. Are you encouraging yourself, or are you criticizing yourself? Do you believe that good things are possible, or do you expect disappointment? The voice inside you has been shaped by many influences. Childhood experiences, pain, fear, the opinions of others. But now you get to decide what stays and what goes. You get to choose thoughts that support the life you want to live. When you change your thoughts, you shift your energy, and when your energy shifts, so does your vibration, and when your vibration changes, life begins to rearrange itself to match it. This is not magic, this is alignment. This is the law of the universe. Life responds to your frequency, and your frequency is shaped by your thoughts. You are not being punished by your circumstances. You are simply being shown what you believe to be true. If you believe the world is full of love and support, you will begin to see it. If you believe you are worthy of abundance, opportunities will begin to appear. If you believe healing is possible, your body and heart will begin to respond. This is how the path forward is created, not through force, but through focus. You do not need to have every answer today. You do not need to know how it will all unfold. You only need to choose thoughts that align with the life you want to create. Even small shifts matter. Even replacing one limiting thought with one empowering thought is a powerful act of transformation. It is not about being perfect. It is about being present. Present enough to catch the moment your mind tries to tell the old story again, and gently choosing a new one. Say to yourself, I am willing to believe that good things are possible for me. I am willing to believe that my past does not define my future. I am willing to believe that every step I take in love and faith is building a path beneath my feet. These words may feel strange at first. That's okay. Say them anyway. Speak them until they begin to feel familiar. And in time, they will begin to feel true. And when they feel true, they will begin to become real. No thought is too small to make a difference. When you wake up and say, today is a new beginning, you set the tone for your day. When you look in the mirror and say, I am enough, you plant the seed of worthiness. When you face a challenge and say, I trust life to guide me, you open the door for peace. These simple shifts create ripples, and those ripples become the current that carries you forward. So if the road ahead feels unclear, begin with your thoughts. Let your mind become the compass that points toward hope, healing, and possibility. Do not underestimate the power of your words. They are not just sounds, they are building blocks. Speak with love. Think with intention. Create with faith. You are not at the mercy of fate. You are the author of your own story. And every time you choose a thought that uplifts you, you are writing a new chapter, one filled with joy, with clarity, and with freedom. Your path is not behind you. It is not in someone else's hands. It is not determined by your past. Your path begins with your next thought. And you get to choose it now. There comes a point on the journey of healing where you realize that trying to control everything is exhausting your spirit. You plan, you worry, you anticipate every outcome, trying to guard your heart from disappointment. You cling to people, to timing, to expectations, as if by holding on tightly enough you can make life bend to your will. But the truth is, control is an illusion, and the more you try to hold on, the more you suffer. Letting go of control is not giving up. It is not weakness, it is not failure. Letting go is trust. Letting go is peace. Letting go is choosing to believe that life is wiser than your fear, that something greater is always unfolding even when you cannot see it yet, that you are safe even when you don't have all the answers. You were never meant to carry it all. You were never meant to micromanage your entire life or everyone in it. There is a rhythm to life, a divine intelligence that knows what you need and when you need it. You are part of that rhythm. You are not separate from it. The more you try to control the flow, the more you block it. But when you surrender, when you soften, when you release your grip, life begins to move in your favor. Control is born from fear, the fear of being hurt again, the fear of loss, the fear that things won't work out unless you make them happen. But fear is a poor guide. It narrows your vision and closes your heart. When you live from fear, you miss the miracles. You overlook the quiet signs, the synchronicities, the unexpected doors that open when you're not forcing things. Trust begins with the decision to allow life to unfold. To say, I don't know what will happen, but I believe it will be okay. That doesn't mean you stop taking action. It means your action comes from alignment, not anxiety. You do what you can with love, and then you release the outcome. You show up fully and let go of the result. You hold space, not tension. When you let go of the need to control others, you give them the freedom to be who they are. You release the pressure. You stop trying to fix or change people to fit your ideal. You begin to relate from a place of acceptance, not expectation. And in that space, relationships grow, people feel seen, the energy shifts, you shift. Letting go also means forgiving yourself for the things you thought you should have done differently. You stop trying to rewrite the past. You stop obsessing over what might have been. Instead, you anchor into this moment, this breath, this opportunity to choose again. You realize that peace was never in the perfect plan. It was always in the willingness to surrender. Let go of the timeline. Let go of the pressure to get there. Where is there really? Everything you seek is already here, in this breath, in this moment, your peace, your joy, your worth. They are not in the future. They are not waiting at the finish line. They are within you now. The more you chase them outside of you, the more they slip away. But when you turn inward and trust the timing of your life, you begin to feel whole. It is safe to release the need to know it all. It is safe to rest. It is safe to breathe. You do not need to control everything to be okay. The sun still rises, the seasons still change, the tides still move, all without your effort. You are held in something far greater than your own willpower. And when you lean into that, when you surrender into the arms of life, a deep peace replaces the panic. You are not here to struggle your way into happiness. You are here to return to the truth that you are already enough, that you are supported, that even the detours and delays are part of your path. Sometimes what you think is a setback is a setup for something even better, but you can't receive it if your hands are clenched in control. So take a breath, loosen your grip, relax your shoulders, allow the mystery of life to reveal itself. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. Everything is unfolding in divine order, whether or not you can see it right now. Let go, not because you're giving up, but because you're making room. Room for healing, room for clarity, room for miracles. And in that space of surrender, you'll find something more powerful than control. Peace, freedom, flow. That is where life begins to meet you. That is where the magic lives. Let go and trust. You are being guided every step of the way. There is a weight we carry that no one else can see. A weight made of old pain, unspoken words, memories that still sting, and stories we tell ourselves over and over again. The past, though behind us in time, can still live within us. It can shape our choices, cloud our vision, and make us believe that healing is impossible. But the truth is, you are not bound to your past. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are not meant to suffer over things that can no longer be changed. The key to your freedom is forgiveness. Forgiveness does not mean you approve of what happened. It doesn't mean you're excusing the pain or pretending that the hurt wasn't real. Forgiveness means you are no longer willing to carry the burden. It means you love yourself enough to release the poison of resentment. It means you choose peace over punishment, healing over blame, and the present moment over the chains of yesterday. You cannot change the past, no matter how long you think about it, no matter how many times you replay it in your mind. The past will remain the past, but what you can change is how it lives within you. You can soften the grip it has on your heart. You can stop letting it define your identity. You can begin to tell a new story, one of strength, of growth, of triumph. Every time you choose not to forgive, you trap yourself in the very moment that broke you. You relive it, you react to it, you base your decisions on it, and in doing so, you give your power away. Forgiveness is how you take that power back. It is how you say, I am no longer willing to let this pain control my future. Sometimes, the person you most need to forgive is yourself, for the choices you made when you didn't know better, for the times you settled, for the ways you abandoned yourself just to be loved. You did the best you could with the awareness you had, and now you can choose differently. You can be gentle with yourself. You can offer the love you once needed. You can decide that your worth has never been diminished by your past. You may also need to forgive those who hurt you, not because they deserve your forgiveness, but because you deserve peace. Holding on to anger may feel like a form of justice, but it only keeps the wound open. Forgiveness closes the door and allows your heart to heal. It does not mean reconciliation. It does not require contact. It is something you do within yourself, for yourself. Forgiveness clears the space for miracles. When you stop clinging to what was, you make room for what can be. You begin to see the beauty in the now. You open yourself to joy, to love, to new possibilities. The present moment becomes lighter, freer, more alive. You are not weak for forgiving. You are not naive. You are wise. You are brave. It takes courage to let go of pain when the world tells you to hold on to it. It takes strength to rise above your story and create a new one. Speak gently to the past. Tell it, thank you for the lessons. Thank you for shaping me. But I no longer need to carry you. Release it with love. Release it with breath. Release it with the sacred knowing that you are allowed to begin again. You are not the same person who went through that pain. You have grown. You have expanded. You are wiser now. And the present moment is a gift waiting to be unwrapped. But you cannot receive it with clenched fists. You must open your hands. You must open your heart. You must allow yourself to live here, now, fully and freely. Say to yourself, I forgive, I release, I choose peace. I give myself permission to move forward. I let go of blame. I let go of guilt. I let go of shame. I return to myself. I return to this moment. I am free. Forgiveness is not a one-time event. It is a practice. Some days it will feel easy. Other days it will feel impossible. Be patient with yourself. Allow the layers to unfold. Let each breath be a step toward freedom. You are not broken. You are healing. You are not lost. You are coming home to yourself. And as you forgive, you will remember who you truly are, whole, worthy, and beautifully alive. Let the past be the past. Let the present be your sanctuary. And let forgiveness be the bridge that carries you from pain to peace. Every thought you think, every word you whisper to yourself is a message your mind, body, and spirit receive. You are always listening to your own inner voice. The things you say to yourself matter more than you can imagine. They shape your self-complete. They influence your emotions. They color your world. If your inner voice is harsh, critical, or unkind, it becomes harder to trust yourself, harder to feel peace. But when your voice is gentle, loving, and supportive, everything inside you begins to soften and heal. You spend more time with yourself than anyone else. You are the one constant in your life. So why not make your relationship with yourself the most loving one of all? So many of us speak to ourselves in ways we would never speak to a child, a friend, or even a stranger. We call ourselves names, we criticize our bodies, we judge our emotions, and we punish ourselves for being human. But what if you could pause and listen, really listen to the way you talk to yourself? Would you want to be around someone who speaks that way? Your mind is listening, your heart is listening, your entire being responds to the energy of your words. And words carry power. Words can build or break. Words can open or close. Words can nurture or wound. What you say within becomes the foundation of what you believe. So let your words be gentle. Let your words be encouraging. Let them be filled with compassion. Kindness starts with awareness. Begin to notice the tone of your inner voice. Do you speak with love when you make a mistake? Do you offer yourself understanding when you feel sad or tired? Or do you demand more, push harder, and scold yourself for not being enough? If your voice has been harsh, don't blame yourself. Don't criticize the critic. Just notice, breathe, and choose again. Speak to yourself the way you would speak to someone you deeply love, with patience, with warmth, with grace. Say, it's okay to feel this way. Say, I'm doing the best I can. Say, I am learning, and that's enough. These may sound like small things, but they are not. They are sacred acts of healing. You do not need to earn kindness. You do not need to prove your worth. You already are worthy. You already deserve your own love. No matter where you are on your journey, you are enough. Every part of you, your light and your shadow, your progress and your pauses, deserves kindness. You are not a problem to be fixed. You are a soul to be understood, honored, and loved. Kindness is not weakness, it is strength. It is choosing love over fear, softness over shame. When you speak kindly to yourself, you become your own safe space. You stop waiting for others to validate you because you are learning to validate yourself. You begin to trust your voice, your feelings, your intuition. You stop being at war with yourself, and instead you become your greatest ally. You are always growing, always evolving. There is no perfect version of you waiting to be achieved. There is only this moment, and this moment is asking you to be gentle. Life gets easier when you stop being so hard on yourself. Peace comes not from perfection, but from permission. The permission to be who you are without judgment. If you want to change your life, start by changing how you speak to yourself. Speak as if your words are seeds, because they are. They take root in your subconscious and bloom into your reality. Say to yourself, I am enough. Say, I am safe to be me. Say, I am worthy of love, especially my own. Let these words become your inner truth. You don't have to wait for the world to affirm you. You can begin right now. Wrap yourself in love. Encourage yourself the way you would a dear friend. Speak life into your dreams. Comfort yourself through your struggles. Remind yourself that you are doing something courageous each day, simply by showing up and trying again. Healing happens in the presence of kindness. Confidence grows in the light of self-love, and joy returns when you no longer reject yourself. Let your voice be a healing balm, not a weapon. Let your thoughts be your sanctuary, not a battleground. You are listening, your soul is listening. So speak kindly, speak gently, speak with love, because you are becoming more of who you truly are. And that deserves every ounce of compassion. You are not too far gone, you are not behind, you are not broken, you are unfolding, you are awakening. And every kind word you speak to yourself is a step toward remembering your worth, your beauty, and your inner power. So today, choose love, choose grace. Choose to speak to yourself the way you always deserve to be spoken to. Each sunrise brings a quiet gift, a fresh page, a gentle reminder that no matter what happened yesterday, today is a new day. The universe is not holding your past against you. Life is not keeping score. Every moment offers you the freedom to begin again, right here, right now. Sometimes we carry so much from yesterday: regret, guilt, disappointment. We replay conversations, rehash decisions, and relive mistakes, as if doing so could somehow change the outcome. But you cannot rewrite the past. You can only release it. And in that release, you reclaim your power. You were never meant to be perfect. You were meant to grow, to learn, to stumble and rise again. That is the beauty of being human. Life flows in cycles. Moments of clarity and moments of confusion, times of joy and times of sorrow. But no matter where you are in that rhythm, the invitation is always the same. Begin again. You are not defined by what you didn't do, what you didn't say, or how long it took you to learn the lesson. You are not trapped by your former self. You are not bound to the choices you made when you were hurting, afraid, or unaware. Who you were is not who you must remain. You have permission to evolve. Let yourself be renewed by this moment. Breathe it in deeply. Let your heart know that it is safe to start over. Let your mind soften its grip on yesterday's fears. There is no shame in beginning again. In fact, it is one of the most powerful things you can do. You may feel like you've failed, you may feel like you've lost time, but life does not operate by a stopwatch. You're exactly where you need to be to receive the next part of your healing, your growth, your awakening. Every setback was a redirection. Every delay held a lesson, and every ending was clearing space for a new beginning. Say to yourself, I am willing to release the past. I am willing to welcome what is here now. I am willing to begin again. There is no moment more powerful than the one you are in. You don't need everything to be figured out. You don't need to know the outcome. You simply need to take one gentle step forward. With love, it could be choosing a new thought, speaking a kind word to yourself, starting that project, drinking more water, saying no where you used to say yes. These small shifts create momentum. You are not broken because you have to start over. Starting over means you are brave enough to try again. Starting over means you are still believing in yourself, even after all you've been through. Starting over means you are listening to your soul, not your fear. And today, the one you are living right now, is a sacred chance to realign with your truth, to choose differently, to honor your growth, to extend grace to yourself. There is no rush. There is no race. You are not late. You are right on time. Let the past be the soil from which your new beginning grows. Don't curse what you've walked through. It shaped you. It taught you. It brought you here. And now you get to decide what happens next. No matter how many times you've started over, today is not a repeat. It is brand new, filled with possibility, filled with potential. You do not need to have all the answers. You only need to be present, open, willing. Forgive yourself for the times you didn't know better. Forgive yourself for the dreams you let go of. Forgive yourself for how long it's taken. And instead of looking back with sorrow, look forward with hope. Because today, this very moment, you are free to begin again. You are allowed to rewrite your story. You are allowed to take a different path. You are allowed to listen to your own voice. You are allowed to prioritize your peace. Let this be your gentle revolution, a quiet reclaiming of your power. Start again, not from a place of pressure, but from a place of peace. Let your new beginning be rooted in love, not fear. Let it be guided by your heart, not your wounds. You've come so far, you've survived so much, and now you get to thrive. Today is a new day. It is your reminder that nothing is final, nothing is wasted, and everything is possible. Breathe that in, let it settle deep into your spirit. You are free to start over. You are free to begin again. And you are free to choose the kind of life that brings you joy, meaning, and peace. This is your moment. This is your time. Begin again with love. Begin again with hope. Begin again with a knowing that life is always ready to meet you right where you are. And so it is.